Hello everybody. This is Dorcas Macharia, your girl. We are starting our Moving On series program, episode 1. I have my guest here, Dr. Violet Mbiti. I'm getting used to that. Anyway, I thank God because of this episode. I thank God because of His goodness and His faithfulness for starting this episode. Together with me, I have my videographer on the other side. It's called Mutura. Is it Mutura? Yeah, Hamisi. I'm also getting used to that, and I thank God for everything. Now, my guest here has so many titles. Yeah. But before I talk about the titles, I just want to say that she has been a blessing to me. Every person that I bring on board is a blessing to me. If Violet was able to make it, even me, I will make it. Even if I've lost my job, I will still make it. And that's why she has been an inspiration to me, and that is how it is. Now, that is Dr. Violet Mbiti. Now, we are going to, she's going to tell us who is Dr. Violet Mbiti, because I think she has so many titles. Yeah, she has so many titles. Yeah, she's the founder of. If you go to her Facebook profile, she's the founder of Violet Mbiti Foundation. She's the founder, I don't know, of Political Discussion Cafe, Budget Controller. I don't know what Machakos County. She has so many projects that she's doing. Yeah, so even I was wondering which title should I give her. But anyway, what should I say she does? But anyway, she's here. She will speak for herself because she's here. That is the reason why we are here. So she should tell us who is Dr. Violet Mbiti.
All right. Thank you, Dorcas, for the opportunity, even to be the first one to be interviewed on your show. And also thank you for the gift that you've given me. I appreciate.
Yeah.
So who's Dr. Violet Mbiti? So she's just a girl with dreams, and she's from Wamunyu, Mwala sub-county, Machakos County. She was raised up in Nairobi. Yes, so just attended school like any other person, and fast forward, I got a job, but it was a contract.
Yeah.
So the job.
So the primary went to?
Yeah, primary I went to Muranga Road Primary School.
Yeah.
And then after Muranga Road Primary School, I went to Nyeri Baptist High School.
Ah, Nyeri.
Yes.
Ah, I come from Nyeri.
Yes.
I saw that and I wondered what were you doing in Nyeri?
Yes. So I went to Nyeri Baptist High School, and then university I went to now my alma mater, United States International University. Yeah, and then
United States.
Yes, USIU.
Wow.
Yes, Africa. The one along.
I thought it is in US.
Yeah, no, it is in US, but now this is the African, the African. Yes, the African.
The African branch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went to USIU, and. After USIU, I got an internship at a certain non-profit, and from there now I got a job at the same NGO, and you know the way non-profits are, it's a period of 3 years. So the contract was for a period of 3 years, and it was my first job. I've never had a job before. It went good. I loved it. And then now after it, I thought that, I usually see them advertising that even if you're from the NGO world, you can't miss on an opportunity.
Forward. When did you finish university?
I finished university 2008.
2008.
Yes.
Then you got an internship for 3
years.
Yes.
I got an internship, and I was so good at my work, so my internship only lasted 1 month, and then I was employed. And I remember when I joined work, I wasn't that serious with work, but I gave I started seeing now, like our place of work, they had this reward programs every year. So at the end of that particular year, I saw my colleagues being rewarded for the awesome work that they are doing. So now that one really inspires me, and I said that I'm gonna be intentional even at my workplace, and I said that I will be reporting to God what I've done. Like if it is monitoring and evaluation, before I go to sleep, I'll be telling God this is what I've done.
Yeah.
So I think that one made me start delivering at my workplace. Slowly by slowly, I started traveling to the counties, and then flew to a neighboring country for a workshop. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved the yearning. I found that the more I am I'm working hard at my place of work, I'm growing and I'm becoming a better person.
Yeah.
And then so what I did after that is the contract ended. We were being funded by US fund, by PEFA. It was a PEFA fund, Presidential Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. So it was funded by CDC for a period of 3 years. So it ended, and so everyone had to depart and go to their different ways. So now I was applying for a job. I didn't get a job. So what I did, I said, there's some place I have invested. So I traveled. I due to peer pressure, I just, it was like, I think peer pressure. Everyone is starting a business, so let me start. So that is what I did.
So which kind of business did you start?
It was multi-level.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I hadn't even thought through. I went to Makueni County, a place called Emali. Put up a business there. I didn't even know how to carry on, how to handle a business. So I went there and ate that money. Not ate, but I didn't know how to use. I wasted the money. I didn't know that there's profit, there's what.
So what kind of multi-level? Is it clothing? What?
No, it was for medical drugs. Yeah.
Like the GNLD, those ones.
Yes. I had a shop. I was a distributor. So.
Even me, there's a time I used to work for GNLD.
Yeah, even me, I was at Forever Living. So if it is marketing, we are good at marketing. So when I was there, it didn't work out. The business didn't perform. Even my late dad, and mom invested in our business. They invested, even bought some sheets and all that. I appreciate them. So when it didn't work out, now I came back home. Yes, I came back home. I had brought my brother with me. Came back home.
How much had you invested in the business?
Around 200,000.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of
And
money.
to add to what my dad had given me, it amounted to, like, he gave me. I asked Dad, I need capital for this. He said, okay. So he gave me also money. So you can think, you have capital, you have machines, you have them at home. I've come back home. My dad said, it's okay, my daughter, don't worry. You just apply for jobs. You're going to get a job. So I applied for jobs. A year passed, no job. So I spoke with
that is from which year?
That is the 2012.
2012.
Yeah, 2012 is when I came back. And then now 2012 to the whole of 2012, I was applying for jobs. I didn't get. There are others that I'm being told to apply for government, but I am seeing those are low-level positions. I will not achieve whatever I want to achieve, what is in my head. So I didn't apply. So it was tough. And then now 2013, that is me again. 2013, I spoke to a relative. They said, oh, Violet, you can get an opportunity at the UN if you do your master's. Okay, maybe by doing your master's, it might increase your chances of getting a job.
Because what had you studied for in the
I
university?
had studied an undergrad, but they're saying that nowadays jobs go for people who have masters.
But what had you studied?
I had studied journalism, minor degree in Spanish.
Oh.
Yes, so my major was journalism, and then concentration public relations, and then minor degree in Spanish. The Spanish part enabled me even to travel to Spain and Egypt and a little bit of France.
Wow.
While at the university at USIU. So now here I am. You know, my parents have invested in my education. Even now, it came to a point that I spoke to my relatives and said, "Oh, Violet, you need to do what? You need to apply to get a job at the UN. But for you to get, you need to have masters." So I asked my parents,
so for you to get a job in UN, you have to have a master's?
Yes, I was told that was it will increase my chances of getting a job.
Oh, yeah.
So what I did is I talked to my mom and dad. I told them I don't have a job. My cousins are saying that if I do a master's, it might increase my chances of getting a job. So my parents accepted and they funded my master's degree. So my master's, I went to JKUAT. Yeah, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology.
What were you studying there?
Master's degree in project management.
Wow.
So now this is 2013, the second year without a job. I started around, it was I think July. That is when I started my course. So did that 2020 to 2013, 2014. And even I'm doing my master's, I'm applying for jobs.
That time you are still in the media, in the fountain.
No, I hadn't joined. I hadn't joined yet.
You joined the media?
I joined media in 2016.
2016?
Yes.
Had you gotten a job that time?
No. No, I hadn't gotten a job.
I could see that.
No, I hadn't gotten a job. Yeah, so what happened is now when in 20 while at JKUAT, we were told to introduce ourselves in class. Our class was full of engineers.
Wow.
Engineers, solar engineers
that had come to do that project management.
Yes, that course.
Yeah.
So when guys were introducing themselves, I'm just hearing big jobs, and then I was wondering, now how am I going to introduce myself and I am not employed? So me, I just said I'm just Violet Mbiti, but it really challenged me. Like I also need to put an effort in this project management thing.
That is nice.
Yeah. So I said
because there are places where God takes you.
Yes.
So that you are challenged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is necessary.
Yeah. So at that time now I decided, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna volunteer at a CBO back in my rural home, so as to see how things are, so that I can apply the knowledge that I'm getting, and at the same time I'm still applying for jobs, still getting negative results.
But
so I initiated projects back at home, met the community, and that is how now I started engaging now with the community. Now I finished my first year. I finished now theory. The theory part of the master's.
So the practical.
Now the practical part. Now the writing of the thesis and all that.
Yeah.
Now this is now the fourth year, and I don't have a job.
Oh my.
So you know what it dawned on me? There's a time I looked at my sent part of my email, the sent items. From number 1 to 25, it was application for a job, request for a job, request for a job, request for a job. And then it dawned on me, I'm studying masters in project management. This is all about initiative projects.
Yeah.
Why am I even looking for a job?
Yeah.
I was just tired. I was tired. So I told my parents, I'm going back to my rural home to go and volunteer. My parents were against it. They were saying, people there at home, they will start talking, they will start saying this and that. So don't, so that you don't spoil your image. But me, I told them, what do I have to lose? I've lost everything.
Because parents are always after image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I told them, me, I don't have anything to lose. If something bad happen, let it happen. But me, I'm just, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
So now that is when now I went full throttle, initiating projects. I started with now, I started to the community. The community told me that that they have this amount in the bank, and then I asked them, do you have any assets? They told me we have a land somewhere, and then at that particular time, there were youth who were approaching me asking me for money, and me, I'm wondering even what money is that, because even me, I need that money. But I said, okay, that means there is unemployment here. Now, if there's a dam, there's water, maybe they can engage in agriculture. So I asked them whether it is okay if I can initiate a project, a water dam. And that particular time, 2013, we had a new government and that was in place. 2014,
yeah, the Uhuru government.
Yes, but now the county government. Yes, but the county government was headed by Governor Mutoa, who's now the CS for Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
So in his county integrated development plan, he had prioritized water and construction of dams. So I knew that here I have the support of the government.
Yeah.
And that is how now I approached the government. I submitted a proposal. The county government submitted a proposal that there is this problem that we have, kindly fund and the construction, and they actually did. But it faced challenges because it's political. So it took some time for it to be constructed, to be finished. I had initiated in 2014, but the dam got completed in 2018.
Wow.
4 years later, when another new government
You
came
are
into
the
place.
one initiated the
Yes,
project.
I'm the one who initiated the project.
And the dam was called what?
It's at a place called Kwamasisia. Kwamasisia Dam in Wamunyu.
Wow. Somebody should hear that.
Yes, and then now after that I also initiated another project, brought solar lanterns in Wamunyu.
Yeah.
So that time I had connected with the Muhindi farm. So and they were targeting groups. So now I brought them, and that is how now those solar lanterns came there.
So the solar lanterns were given to how many households?
They're not given. They were paying for it.
Okay.
You find like in the rural homesteads, you find that many people are in chamas. So they are in chamas. So as a result, you find that they have a lot of savings. So they borrow from each other and buy this
solar lanterns.
Solar lanterns. So that is now how that project got in place.
How much were they supposed to pay for per lantern?
I think 2,500.
That's not much.
That's not much. Then you could also charge your phone with it. So it depended with the size that you wanted. So now at that time I'm publicizing on social media that I am doing this project. I've initiated this project.
Oh, wow.
And now
that's why you have so many projects.
Yes, and now people started seeing, there's this young girl from Wamunyu, from Machakos, rural Machakos, who has started initiating projects. No, and I was seeing
you wanted to stand for, I don't know, member of parliament.
No, I've not tried yet. Yes. Yes. So, but along that line, because of initiating the dam project, now an opportunity arose. And the political leadership and governance program, which is of a brainchild of Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, a German institution, had sought applications from under 35s who are doing remarkable things in the community. That time, I saw it at around 11 p.m.
that again, because I have some audience, they will not understand that.
Okay. Now there is a program called Political Leadership and Governance Program called it's called Political Leadership and Governance Program by Friedrich Ebert Stiftung. That's a German name. So in abbreviation, it is called FES Kenya. So they had this opportunity. They were looking for young leaders who are doing remarkable things back home.
But you have to do something.
But if it is aligned to politics,
Yeah.
So me, I didn't even know that even what I'm doing is political.
Stop there first. Because if you have to do something,
Yeah.
wherever there is a vision, there is provision.
Yes.
And I love, there's one pastor who was saying, like this, is it on Sunday, was saying that if you want to know somebody who can go far, it's somebody who is there, who doesn't have the capacity to do that, but is always saying, how can I help? How can I help? Because of the way you are initiating projects, it's the one that started opening doors for this.
Exactly.
One. Now tell us about that.
Yes. So I applied. It was a pool of around 1,000 applicants, and they only took 21. So I was among the 21.
Wow.
So I was taken in the political leadership and governance program. That time, you know, I was just showcasing what I'm doing on social media.
Yeah.
So
they couldn't afford to miss you out.
No. There's no way. There's no way.
So there were so many applications.
Yeah, there are so many, almost 1,000. And they only took 21.
They took 21.
21 from different parts in Kenya.
Because of starting something.
Yeah, because you know, like, I usually tell people, you never know. Just start.
Something
start. Stop comparing yourself.
Can do.
Yeah, stop comparing yourself.
Something that just you can do. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah. Just do it, because there's always someone who's watching.
However small you start.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is how I did. So now these Germans, now they went and capacity built me on even how to engage further with government, on how to engage further with the community, on how to create campaign strategies. So now now around November that year, now I started saying
November
2015.
Yeah.
November 2015. Now I said I want to, not November, October 2015. I said, hey, now that I've initiated projects and I'm seeing that it has brought me to the limelight, the solar and the water project.
So when you are joining the media team, you had already started this project?
Yes, I had already started.
2015.
I hadn't joined media team yet.
Oh, but you joined the media team on 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Because me, I joined church in 2017. That is when I came from Thika. I came to a river from Thika.
Yes. So that time, now in November, no October, I said I need to create a platform where people can, other youth can also share their stories of what they are doing, because of initiating those projects. Now I said I need to create a platform where also other youth can also share their stories. Amen. So and that is how now Youth County Projects was birthed. I'm telling you, when it clicked in my mind, Youth County Projects Kenya. That night, I created the Twitter page, Youth Projects. I created the Facebook page, Youth Projects Kenya. I created the blog, Youth County Projects Kenya.
No wonder
I finished doing all that at 2 a.m.
Wow.
You know, like, when you get an idea, go with it. Don't sleep on it.
Wow.
And then, because of starting Youth Projects Kenya, and then I started highlighting I started by posting what I've done, and also sharing what other youth are doing on the blog. The next month, I was invited to a World Bank meeting.
Wow.
IMF at Delta, at their office at Upper Hill. I said, seems like I'm on the right track.
You are doing the right thing.
Yes, it seems like I'm on the right track. With the Youth Projects Kenya.
Maybe God wanted you to miss the job so that you can be on this right track.
Exactly. So that is how now I started being invited by international organization IMF to go and represent the interests of
that
youth.
Time, were they giving you any resources, or just they were
just being
for capacity building?
No, I was just being invited. Me, I was just happy that IMF.
I love that.
IMF, I'm just there. You don't have to give me money. I'll find wherever I get money.
That is what most of the youths miss out. They miss out on that, because when they are called maybe by World Bank for a meeting, or the IMF, they are always looking, are they giving us money?
Exactly.
What are they giving us? If they are not being given anything, they don't see the need of going there. But they don't know the amount of networking you are going to get through these meetings. So can you continue that?
Yes. So now I was invited to their meeting and also another subsequent meeting by still IMF when their Africa Regional Director came. Now at that particular time, that's when now Prophet David now came and prophesied in our church.
Wow.
He said, "Oh,
David also."
Yes. So there's something that you started, Violet, and it's I'm seeing so many flags.
Wow.
He said, "I'm seeing so many flags in this room." Something youth project, something. He said, "Yes, youth projects Kenya. I started in October, and this is what." So he prophesied saying, "You're gonna." If you continue standing strong with God, God is going to open more doors for you and all that.
I love that.
And I said amen. And you know, when you get a prophecy, you know, if you want to know a prophecy is true, if there's something that you are doing and the prophet confirms it, then you know that is a true prophet. So now that is what happened. And a week later, I was invited to a meeting where now I was appointed in the technical group of East Africa of a certain youth project. A week later, that same week, I was prophesied to on Sunday. That same week, and then
when you talk about Prophet David, I remember there was a time when I came to Fountain of Grace on 2017 to 2018. 2018, he came for a conference in the church, and when he came for a conference in the church, the school that I was, the institution that I was, I had come out from that institution. I needed a job. They had told me I need to vacate the teacher's quarter. I didn't know where to go, and I didn't want to rent a house. You know, when you're in a teacher's quarter, then you start renting a house, and I was not feeling that I'm ready to get out. Although I was feeling God is calling me for a different path, but I was not feeling I'm ready to get out. So I remember going for a fasting of 3 days, and when I went for fasting of 3 days, then I went to the church because it was time for the conference. When I went to the church, he was preaching about that demonic days. He was talking about demonic oppressions and all that, and he was saying that in fact today, I don't forget that, I have never forgotten that word. I remember he was saying that demons can oppress you, but they cannot possess you. They can oppress you, but they cannot possess you as long as you are a believer. And he preached and he preached and he preached. And then he just stopped. He never called for an altar call. And I was saying, I wish he called for an altar call. I think I am a candidate for that. And then at the end of it all, he just ushered our pastor, and he ushered Dad, and Dad said, Dad, I think it's like he ushered Dad because he knew Dad had something to say. So that is when Dad stood and said that there is somebody here who has been dreaming being chased by a crocodile and all that. Before I lost the job, I had dreamt being chased by a crocodile.
Wow.
And I felt that's why he left the stage, because Dad had my word. And that is when I went to the he said, and it's a lady, come here. I just got out from the back of the seat, and I went to the altar, and I told God, this is what I was trusting you for. And immediately the conference was over, I got the job. And I got a better job than the one I had got before. Even my son was getting free education. I had free housing. I just had to move my items from the former house to the next house. You just imagine.
Wow.
So I know what David Osu, when you talk about David Osu, he has ever prophesied for me, and he has ever spoken. You know, even the word of God is a prophet. Yeah, so I know what you're saying. So continue.
Yeah, so you know, like let me tell the viewers that you'll be hearing me talk more about mention God.
Yeah.
Mention God even in this interview, because I know that I'm nothing without God.
Yeah.
And even the ideas that I get, they are divine revelation. You see, like Youth Projects Kenya. When I started Youth Projects Kenya, I was looking for a platform, but I also wanted to be unique. you know, the youth space is very crowded.
Yeah.
But you also need to stand out. So at that particular time, I was just telling God, oh God, I want something unique. And that is now how the revelation of youth projects Kenya came. And I'm telling you, like.
And did you register the organization?
It wasn't an organization. It was a blog.
Oh.
It's just a blog. So it wasn't an organization. So now 2016 January, I've been invited by African Union to go for a conference.
That is now 2016.
Yeah, January in Ethiopia, Heads of State Summit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ethiopia.
Yes. So I went there. It was nice. The exposure, it was nice.
And were they giving you transport or anything?
No, I found my friend. My best friend paid for everything. She paid for everything.
Because that is another problem.
We were seeking for funds.
Yeah.
And you know, she's Somali. She's Muslim. She told me, Violet, we've knocked on many doors.
Speak to somebody, because there are people who are Christians. And maybe when they are given money by maybe a Muslim, they find it's weird. It's not God. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So like this friend of mine, I told her, you know, let's go to Ethiopia. Let's go to Ethiopia, but we need to seek funds. So we sought for donors. We didn't get.
Yeah.
So she told me, Violet, I will sponsor you. I will pay for my ticket and accommodation. I will pay for your ticket and accommodation. And that is how she paid for everything, even including yellow fever certificate. Let me tell you, even like some of my breakthroughs I've gotten from Muslims.
Oh my.
And Somalis. She paid everything. So all I had to do was to appear at the airport. And we stayed in Ethiopia for 1 week, a whole 1 week.
And she was paying accommodation,
everything.
Now see God.
You see God of provision.
Yeah.
And then
because
now
God can use anything.
Yes.
Yeah. When He's making a way.
Yes. And then now after that, now I got also a friend in church who also introduced me now to the UN. Was it called UN Habitat? Yes. They have this one-stop youth resource center. So now, since I have networks, like as Youth Projects Kenya, I had youth coordinators different counties. Now
you had coordinators in different counties. Were you paying them?
I wasn't paying them, but what I was doing, if I get opportunities, I give them. Sometimes I give them opportunities, and they get a place. Maybe they're called to Nairobi. Someone is in rural area, come to Nairobi,
so
and you're given per diem.
And even have youth coordinators, and you don't have money.
Yes,
to pay them.
Yes, but I have networks, and these networks, they want my team. So I just call them. And they come, everything paid for, and even they're given per diem for per day. Yeah. So if we find that it's just a meeting for 2 days or 3 days, and they live there with 6,000, and everything has been paid for. So I had these youth coordinators. So because of that, with these networks that I have at the counties, now I started engaging them, and now engaging the governors. So as to establish the one-stop youth resource center. So that one also opened more doors for me.
That wisdom is from God.
It's from God.
It's not from man.
It's not from man, and even the networks. So my friend, you're watching. He's the one who connected me now to the UN Habitat, and the one-stop youth resource center. And that is how now I started engaging now with the county governors, visiting them at their counties, visiting them at their offices, even visiting them even at the UN Habitat office here at the UN headquarters. And by so doing, all this time, I'm publicizing on social media the work that I'm doing. I'm publicizing on social media
because you have to start something.
I have to start something.
You have to do something.
I have to
that you can be seen somewhere.
Because you see there's this thing that people say, we don't want visibility. Let me tell you, if you don't want, how will someone know what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're not boasting. I've not told you to post your family, to post your wife. This is just career. Just post.
Yeah.
And that is what I did. So I started posting. All this I'm posting. I didn't know that the people at the Frederick Ebert Stiftung, the Germans, are following me on social media to see what I'm doing. So
at the background,
yeah, at the background,
you didn't
yes,
know.
yes. So now there was an opportunity that one had to apply. I saw an opportunity that's for New York. I applied. So when I applied for that opportunity, I didn't get it. But my CV went to the German, to the Berlin office. So when we went to the Berlin office, now that is when I was, the Berlin headquarters said that I be included in the Africa program. Now that is now when I started now traveling all over Africa.
Wow.
Everything paid for. All you have to do is you just appear at the airport. Even you're picked at home.
Now, we stopped that as our first episode. So at Berlin office, did they give you any money to do your projects, or what they do?
No, now the first Kenya, they supported some project, a project we did in Taita Taveta County, where we engaged women on matters civic governance and all that. Yeah, but that time is exposure. Now I am no longer local. Now I'm being taken regional.
Wow.
And that is now how I managed to find myself in the Africa Now arena. Now going and voicing the concerns of youth in the continent. That is how now I found myself there. So now, what happened, so many things happened in 2016.
Yeah.
So that time, now organizations started approaching me. They saying they want to sign an MOU with me.
MOU,
memorandum of understanding, for us to partner together.
Now you can see.
But now I told them now let us do with Youth Projects Kenya. I told them it is not registered. So I had to register an organization. And that is now how I registered the Violet Mbiti Foundation.
Wow.
Yes, I registered Violet Mbiti Foundation.
So we have talked about Youth Projects Kenya. Now we are talking about Violet Mbiti Foundation.
Yes, so
that's a brand.
Yes, so now I registered now Violet Mbiti Foundation in the government. And then now also at the same time, because of the energy GCOs I had initiated in Wamunyu.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Now Taita, youth in Taita also wanted to be trained.
Oh.
So now I wrote a proposal and it was submitted to the county government of Taita Taveta, and they asked me to come in 2016 to go and train their young people. It was funded by the county government through the World Equalization Fund. And when they trained youth on how to construct improved cookstoves. So now that is when now I'm seeing big monies coming in. But now this big money is coming through my company. Because that year is when I also I registered my company.
That is in
20. I registered my company in 2016.
That is when you started seeing money, when you registered?
Yes, when I registered now the company in 2016, I got money, and at the same time I was also taken up by a startup. It's called We Create. We Create program between the US Embassy.
So even when I was seeing you had already started in
Yes, I had it, but I wasn't receiving money. It was small money. Yes, it was small money. So you find sometimes you are getting big opportunities, but getting real cash.
Yeah.
Real cash hadn't yet come in.
And you have this passion, you have to give out and make sure your projects have been done to the maximum.
So you find a donor coming in there, they fund it.
Yeah.
They come, they fund it. But me, I'm not receiving any salary.
Yeah.
But so people on social media say, oh, Violet has money, Violet is traveling around, Violet has money. But that wasn't the real case.
Yeah.
My breakthrough with money, getting money real time, was during COVID. When people are losing jobs, that is when now I started getting money.
That is in 2020.
That is when I got it.
That is when I started noticing.
Yes, now that is when now I started touching money.
Oh.
Yes, I had registered a foundation. Like I'm giving myself to God. I'm working hard. I'm getting opportunities.
And the prophecy came when?
No, it was still being fulfilled. It was a process.
It was a process.
It was a process.
Think that.
Yeah, it was a process, you know.
Because sometimes when when a prophecy comes, people think that it will happen the next day.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can happen the next day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can take years.
Yeah.
Like mine, it was gradual.
Yeah.
So you see, like the way it's saying, different flags are coming your way.
Yeah.
And that is how now different flags started coming my way.
Process of the flags.
I started traveling to different countries all over Africa. Even the Cook Stores project opened doors for me. I even traveled in 2018. I traveled to Europe.
Oh my.
Where now I saw I touched snow for the first time, and everything paid for. All these international trips, all of them were paid for. The business trips, the one that I'm taking myself, are the ones that are in maybe in Rwanda. That one I paid for myself, but these others, they were completely paid for.
So you are doing other African business trips. Wow.
Yes. So with the nature of my work, you find that everything is paid for. So like I used to question God. I'm asking God, hey God, yes, thank you.
Which kind of business trips were you doing in Rwanda?
Like Rwanda was like attending the East Africa Business Summit. So that one I paid for myself, and then just so you find that the ones for business, I'm the one who was paying for myself. Even going to Uganda to go and pitch for my business, I paid for myself, but I was funded. The donor there was also a German organization. They funded my project, and I trained young people there. Now that is when I got good money, by the way. I got good money.
But you can't tell us how much.
No, I can't tell you how much. But it was good money, you know.
Yeah.
And like the one for Uganda, I went to. It was a training for 8 days. I trained persons for 8 days, and I traveled by bus back home. The following day, now I picked my passport and traveled to South Africa. So it was 2 weeks from one country to another. But anyway, that is something that has been happening, and I've traveled now to many countries. I just thank God for that. But what I can tell people is, like my breakthrough of getting money consistently.
Now, when you
started in 2020,
you started the project in 2012.
I started the project
in 20.
I started. Okay, this is how it began. So 2015, I got the divine revelation, and I asked God, I want to be unique, and that is how I started Youth Projects Kenya. And then 2016, I registered my company, Vijana Network International Limited. Through the company, I got funding. I got a donor who paid, a German organization that I trained their team in Uganda. And that same year I also traveled to Rwanda for a business summit. And 2017 and also traveled in 2016 to Tanzania as well. And then now 2017, now I registered Violet Mbiti Foundation. Now when partners started saying that they want to partner with me, so now that is how I registered
an MOU.
Yes, so I registered now Violet Mbiti Foundation.
That is Bilishiba. You know, Bilishiba is a place where people start coming to sign MOUs with you.
Yes.
Agreements with you, Abimelechs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I started. I signed MOU with that organization, and then the same time, and the same time, I'm still traveling abroad. Still traveling abroad, and then 2018 more open doors. 2019 more open. So I'm traveling, and my team is growing.
Yeah.
I have a team, and I'm not paying them salary.
Yeah,
imagine. But the opportunities I get, they believe in me.
You don't need a team. You don't need a team because you have money.
Yes.
That's something.
Yeah, people do follow you because of what you are carrying.
Yeah.
So,
and the vision that you carry.
Yes. So now in 2019,
that's powerful.
I wanted to be unique because I was seeing the sexual reproductive health space is crowded. So I asked God, I want to be unique, and that is now how I got the idea of the digital health platform, Adolescent Youth SRHR. I started it. The next month, I was invited to Jumuiya ya Pwani workshop in Mombasa, where I now even met the director of reproductive health at World Health Organization.
Wow.
So it's like everything WHO, and still the same year I attended the International Conference on Population and Development. The same ICPD 25. The same year I was among the youth who were selected by APHRC, Africa Population Health Research Institute, to attend a youth forum prior to the ICPD conference, which is international. And do you know how my breakthrough came?
We need to know that.
Yeah, this is now how my breakthrough came. Sacrifices. I used to make sacrifices to God.
Somebody should hear that.
I used to make sacrifices to God.
What kind of sacrifices?
Sometimes you find you are at a hard place and you either choose God or you choose
the devil or the Satan or what?
Yes. So me, I chose God.
Yeah.
After looking at various factors, I said I'll choose God. So so that 2019, I knelt before God. I told God, you know this. I have left that, and it was lots of money. I have left that lots of money because of you. Because that money wasn't good. It was compromisingly. It was I don't know what to call it.
2019.
2019.
You had left what?
No, I had an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes, but it wasn't the right way of getting money. But I said, no, God has brought me this far for me to backslide.
Yeah.
So let me stick to God. He has provided me. He has provided me with money all through. Even though I'm not touching it.
Somebody should hear that.
Even though I'm not touching money. He has provided me spaces. So many people wanted to go. He has opened doors for me. People wanted to go for those to have those doors they didn't get, but God provided. So I said, if God provided for me, even I can miss this opportunity and stick to God. And that is what happened.
You know, when you're talking like that, this December I had an opportunity of teaching. I'll not say where, but it was a good job and it was a permanent job. But the person who was connecting with my dad so that I can get the job, my dad started hearing other people from our village saying that they have given him about 50,000 so that they can get a job. So my dad called him and told him, I am hearing that there are people who are giving out, he didn't say it is him, who are giving out 50,000 so that they can get a job through that channel you're talking about. And the person said, I don't know about that. But I think he thought now my dad knows, because he was going in circles. And then my dad was like giving me the numbers, we talk. I said, I will not talk to this guy. I will not talk to this guy, because according to what I'm hearing is like there's something wrong with him. It's like he wants to be given money so that I can get a job. And I said, if God, you want to give me a job, you will give it me freely. But if it's not your job, I not get it through corruption. And you understand that you're working with God when you reach a point where you say, it is now about you. It's not about how my skills. It's not about my knowledge. It's not. I don't know why I went to school because of this course, but now I will not get it because through corruption, or I did not get that job through corruption. And I love what you are saying. Yeah. So you left an opportunity that had money.
Not even okay. To just bring it clearly. Yeah, it was something that could have given me money, but not the right way.
That is it.
It wasn't the right way. And like the shortcuts of getting money. Yeah? But deep down I was asking myself, now, will I go and take this dirty money?
Yeah.
Will I go
You
and
will always feel guilty
I'll feel guilty
about it.
And then why have I been holding on to God all this time?
You not have peace with it.
I will not have peace with it. I will not be happy.
And when you want to understand that the presence of God is together with you and the Holy Spirit is together with you, is when you have peace with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So me, I said no, and then I knelt before God. I knelt before God. That was in 2019 December. I knelt before God and told God, God, you see this sacrifice that I've made, and it is because of you. Just know that I love you. I've sacrificed this because of you. I didn't know that God will remember what my sacrifice. Wow. So 2020.
So that is the sacrifice. You know, when people hear sacrifice, they think it's something else.
No. Even it is. You know, sometimes
I think that
the way you can test the love of someone for someone. Like what can they give up for that particular person?
Like the way God tested the love of Abraham for Isaac.
Yes, go and kill your son. So mine was such a situation because I was conflicted. I knelt before God. I told God because whatever opportunity was being offered was what I really wanted. But if I took that opportunity, I would denounce God. It was just two. It was A or B.
You could have gotten lost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So me, I told God, I've sacrificed that. It was a lot of money, but let me just follow you. Continue following you. If you provided open doors for me before, I know, I trust you are going to provide.
And you will go far more than where you are.
I know.
Amen.
So you see now, now it is 2020.
That is preaching.
Now
it's
that is
preaching to somebody.
Yes. Now that now we are in 2020. 2020. Now that is where now we are hearing of. And you know this other money that I had sacrificed, it would have started manifesting in March. That once that I had sacrificed that I don't want. Now what happened is that March of 2020 that I would have been getting that money, even if I had compromised, I wouldn't have gotten it because of COVID. Yeah. COVID closed doors.
Imagine.
And that is when
you could have tried to do what you have been told to do, and yet you could not have gotten money because the COVID came. Yeah.
So either way, I would have lost. Imagine. So it is good that I stuck with God.
Yeah.
And imagine that particular time that was supposed to get money, that is when now God opened divine doors. You know, there's a time I talked to God. I told God, you're telling me, you said that that so many flags are coming my way.
Imagine.
But I'm not seeing money. I'm not touching money. I'm traveling at the airport. I'm at the airplane. I can't even buy anything duty free. I'm seeing the air hostess passing the airplane there. I can't even buy perfume or whatever. Just buy something, you know.
And it is devastating.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So I was telling God, hey God, yes, thank you for the opportunity. But how come I'm not getting any? I'm not touching any money. But now 2020. Because of the sacrifice, because it was a big sacrifice, because of the sacrifice I made in December of 2019. Now in March 2020, now God gave me a divine idea. He told me, Violet, start talk shows. Start this online talk shows. Interview people from Africa.
Following you from that.
Yes, start interviewing people from all over.
That is where through those talk shows you spoke to me by the way.
Yeah, so that is when now I started the talk shows. I started speaking, and then now it came to a point I said, now even this we are saying that we want to help the community. But I'm seeing how can I help the community on Twitter? It is good if I go and give people who don't have food something.
Yeah.
And that is when now I reached out to my friends, to my partners from the US who donated money. They're saying, even Violet, we're waiting. When are you gonna ask us?
Imagine.
When are you going to ask us? And then let me tell you, like now that 2020, I'm telling you, it was just, 2020 January, I wrote down my goals. This is what I want to do this. So now, I started the talk shows. Fast forward, it is March. It is May. I started looking at the goals that I had set, I'd written down, and seeing, this is how far the progress that I've made. But then I had said I want a furnished office. I said I want a furnished office. A furnished office. I don't have the money. Same time, I had my mom had retired, so she went back to the rural home, and I'm left here with a big house all by myself, a 3-bedroom. Now I'm wondering what am I? Yes, what am I gonna do with this big house? And I'm alone in the house, and rent money. I'm being asked for rent money and all. So there's a time that I saw Bishop Idahosa. He was preaching on a sermon called on Mark chapter 11 verse 23 to 24 that whatever you want you can have it. That time I was so down, the economies are down and all that. So I knelt before God. After listening to the sermon, now I said I'm gonna trust God for a 24-hour breakthrough.
Because God is our source. It's not people.
Is our source.
Is our source.
I had thought that
is something that God has taught me a hard way.
I had earmarked people that were going to help me, but they didn't come through. So I went to God, knelt and asked God, please forgive me. Forgive me because I went to a human being to ask for money and they didn't give. I forgot that you are my source. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Amen. So I said, I will now stand on God's word. Mark chapter 11 verse 23 to 24. It says, you can say to this mountain to move from here to there. And that is where now I commanded. And I did not touch that man. I said, I want 100,000 now, not tomorrow, not next month. I am tired. Amen. I said, God, I want it now. And I know that I'm going to get the 100,000 now. So that night, nothing happened. The following day, nothing happened. But 48 hours later, my friend, someone reached out to me, oh, Violet, there's someone who wants a proposal to be written. Let me give you the money. And how much is it? I said, and the money that I wanted, I got it.
Oh my!
The money I got it, I managed to pay the rent for the furnished office. I managed to pay the rent for the house. I managed, and then from then I said, now if I got a 48-hour miracle, I will never bother. I know if I want money, I can get it. And that is now has been my philosophy. If I want 200,000, I speak it.
You speak it.
I speak. I want 100,000, and I get the 200,000. If I want this amount of money, if I want to say I'm tired of Kenya, I want to travel, I get the invite. So I learned the power of words and the power of linking your words with the scriptures. And here am I. Since then I've been getting opportunities, international opportunities, international consultancies, national consultancies, and you see, now I'm here. Yes, now I'm here, and I just thank God. And if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here.
Now I can see a producer there saying we need to cut it short. I don't know what we are going to do because Violet Mbiti has not told us about her parents, about how they made her to be who she is today, and also she has not told us about her doctorate, how she was able to get her doctorate, because she's Dr. Violet Mbiti. But there's something special that she has said there at the end, that if we want something, we have to speak it. We have to speak it. If we want something, speak it
and write it down.
And write it down, and you shall get it. And that one is speaking to me I remember on November, is it at the end of November, I was saying I have so many things to do on December and November, and I told God, I need money for this. I need money for this, and God provided it. So we just need to speak it and get it.